What's up, family? Man, I love my life. Um, Yesterday I put out a schedule and I said, you know what? I'm going to start showing people like how we do it. You know, just been on Periscope watching and just looking at things and talking about the planet Mars. And the planet Mars really stands for my authentic, real self. So tonight we're going to talk about Mars a little bit. And of course, I'm going to do a couple forecasts. And I'm also going to be talking about this full moon in Pisces that's coming up not too many hours from now. And I probably do a few mini readings too for anybody who's interested in astrology. Anybody interested in astrology, put your sun sign. Just type your sun sign in real quick. Let me see who's in the room. No telling what I may do for you all tonight. Make sure you invite your guest, please. What's up, Aries? Rah Queen. Hotep is not a is not a sign. But peace. Lep, is that Lep or is that Leo? May 6th. Oh, what's going on? What's going on down there in Jamaica? That's the 420 nurse. Scorpio's in the building. Taurus in the building. Oh, man. Rah Queen, I just started checking you earlier today, too. Just want to give you a big shout out down there in Jamaica. 420 nurses, 420 queens. Yes, please invite your followers. They need to come over here and hear about this astrology. What's up, Mish? How you doing? Share this on Twitter and wherever else you can post it at. But we're getting ready to go in just a little bit. As you can see, this is my... Thank you, Rah. I've been on here for just a little bit. I've been checking it out, but we're going to do it my way now. I see how everybody else is doing it, but I'm going to let you see the eyes through my view. So what I'm doing is the seven days to success. The body has 7 chakras. There's 7 days in the week, 52 weeks in a year. 5 plus 2 gives you 7. And then there's 7 major planets that they call the 7 thunders. So we're not going to talk about the squares, and we're probably not going to talk about the trines. I may mention them, but that's like not in that. That's not a part of what we're doing tonight. Tonight we're going to be talking about these purple planets. These purple planets on the outside are the transiting planets. The green planets on the inside are my planets. This is my natal chart. This is what it looks like to me. It's all right, Elizabeth Beats. Come on through. How you feeling? This is all about... Tonight I'm just doing real astrology. I might do some mini readings. And we're also going to be... I'm just checking roll call right now because I haven't even got started yet. But just let me do the, big shouts out to my team Aries. Big shouts out to team Taurus. Big shouts out to team Gemini, team Cancer. Of course, team Leo is in the building. Team Virgo, I got to talk about y'all tonight because it's popping. The sun just came into Virgo. Big shouts out to team Libra. Shouts out to team Scorpio. Shouts out to team Sagittarius. Shouts out to team Capricorn. Shouts out to team Aquarius. Shouts out to team Pisces. All right, so... if you want to make this go well, keep the hearts, just keep tapping the screen. The more love I get, the more I talk. Make sure you invite your followers. The more people I see showing up, that's going to be the more things I guess I'm going to have to, the jewels I'm going to have to give out. So let me kind of like reintroduce myself. My name is CoachKhayr. I've been doing astrology probably since 2001, Thanksgiving 2001, as a matter of fact. And one of the things that I have been doing study in is just like different levels. There's an ebb and flow. And my particular take on astrology is, can I set this down? Oh my goodness, do I finally get to set the phone down and talk? This is going to make my day right here. I'm going to pick it back up and go back to the board. I'm sure y'all have seen that. But I'm kicking it out on the front porch because the full moon is right there. Now, it's not all the way full yet, all right? But I like Periscope because Periscope says, "Oh, what made?" And I'm taking questions. What made me get into astrology? Bam! Perfect way to get this dang started right here. Thank you, Soul Adventure. Now I'm gonna pick one person to like call and give a free mini reading for. Right? I hope this is a better signal. And if you go to CoachKastrology.info, CoachKastrology.info, not now, not now, but I'm gonna see who gave me the most hearts. And when I look over and you fill that form out, hold on for a second, rah. It's past 12 o'clock. So it's going to be at 2:34 p.m. in the afternoon, Eastern Standard Time is going to be the full moon. So it's going to be in the daytime hour. So I'm going to tell you all about how to like get the most out of the full moon. I might even drop a ritual or two on you, but stay with me, right? So I'm gonna pick somebody who says I was on your Periscope. So when you go to CoachKastrology.info and just drop your information and your birth information, I'm gonna pick somebody. I'm gonna see who gave me the most hearts. I'm gonna be like, oh, this person has got to get a free reading. So not a full reading, just a 15-minute, right? I love giving back. My man, if you already got one, you can't get another one. So big shouts out to my man Matty over in Los Angeles. He got one the other night, and I had a lot of fun connecting because I love connecting with people. So the question was, how did I get interested in astrology? 3 is the charm. The first time astrology came my way, I really wasn't paying any attention, and somebody kind of like showed it to me. It was a girlfriend I had. She was an Aquarius, and if anybody has seen her in North Carolina, her name is Lord have mercy, Serene Gaia in North Carolina. She got a gap in between her teeth, dark skin. She's about 5'5". She does handwriting analysis, astrology, and she's probably doing tarot cards now. But she was like just so into it, and we would go to the mall and people would just hold their hands out and she would do palm readings. And I'd be like, daggone, we can't even chill at the mall because she was doing palm readings and she was doing astrological readings. She was a vegan. And for my birthday, she gave me this report, right? And now that's crazy now I'm thinking about it because I had another Aquarius for my birthday 2 years ago give me a numerology report. And now I'm going into numerology. So I got the report and I was reading it and I was just like, wow, it was like 30-some pages and she put it together herself. And I was just like, wow, this is really me. But I did not pursue. I didn't like go hard with it, right? And so then that was like 96. Then fast forward to early 2001, July, I met Letissa Tatum. She's in North Carolina somewhere too. She's a yoga instructor. She's a monster. Tai Chi. She can do it all. And she was like, what's your sign? And she started talking to me about astrology. And I was looking at it and I was like, wow, you know all these things about me. And I was like, daggone, I didn't even tell you any of that. And then one day in the Tai Chi class, this lady named Miss Debbie came. And Miss Debbie, Letissa said, Miss Debbie is the woman on this astrology. And I was like, oh, okay. So somebody is going to get a reading because them hearts is flowing. That's what I'm talking about. Yes, I'm giving out a free 15-minute reading if you do 2 things. If you have the most hearts, and then you go over to Coach K Astrology after I finish broadcasting and put your information in and say Periscope. And you probably can look and see how many hearts that you had and that you gave. So I'm going to go back and count and be like, where are you at? And if you don't, I'll just give you a big crazy shout out next week on our astrology because this will be once a week, right? So Miss Debbie, we started chopping it up, and she invited me to come to her house for Thanksgiving in 2001. Thanksgiving, and she said, bring your chart. So I printed it out, went to her house, and we sat on the back porch. At that time, I was smoking weed. I rolled up a couple joints. And she was hitting the joint, and she was looking at the paper. She was like, looking at the paper. And then she would look down her glasses at me. So she hit the joint, look at the paper, look at me. Hit the joint, look at the paper, look at me. She put the joint down. She said, "Man," she said, "you had a lot of guns in your face." I said, "I've had a lot of guns in my face. You just met me. How in the world can you know that?" And it was over from right there. She was like, she said, "A good astrologer doesn't need any books. It's right here in your chart." I was like, "Bumbaclot." I'm not Jamaican, but I just said, "Bumbaclot." Show me more. Show me, show me, show me, show me, show me, show me. I want to learn. And that was the third time was a charm. I took it serious. November, Thanksgiving 2001 is my anniversary. And so this year will be my 14th year. Come Thanksgiving, it'll be 14 years I've been studying astrology seriously. And then it keeps going up in levels. So from 2001 to 2006, I kind of was studying by myself. I was going in, though. I was getting different books and things like that. The Compendium of Astrology probably is my favorite book now because that was my first book, and it just had all the tools and jewels in it. And then in 2006, I met Sister Myra Moss, and she just took me like I was going like this, like Miss Debbie already had me here, and then I kind of was plateauing out. Then Sister Myra caught me and just took me on up, and she took me from probably 2006 to 2012, and she taught me Royal God astrology. She just taught me so many things about reading it from an energetic nature, not necessarily from just the planets. But me, I'm a strategist, so I'm a Sun Tzu crazy man. So I love looking at things strategically, and relationships. So my mother and father got divorced. I know I'm long-winded, but bear with me now. I'm gonna get to this full moon. I'm gonna get to the chart, all of it, and I wanted to see why my parents were fighting like they were fighting. And I wanted to look at my father's chart, look at my mother's chart, because me and my man Bass, we was like, yo, if we knew this information when we were 12 years old, we would have, our whole life would be different. I used to sell crack. I used to be in the dope house. Like, that's when I first started getting knowledge of self. When I was like 21, 22 years old, in the crack house, and saw the first book with the 5%ers. And I was just like, man, the sun is 93 million miles away from the planet Earth. I was like, these are actual facts. What if I'd have learned these sciences when I was 12 years old? And so that's how I look at astrology now. And I'm also a researcher. My degree is in professional history. And when we studied astrology in elementary school, thank you, Carly, when we studied astrology in elementary school, we built pyramids. When astrology was taken out of elementary schools, what happened? They moved us into projects. We went from pyramids to project based on our education. When we had this science, this astrology, and everybody knew where their planets were, where you could sit there and just be like, yo, what's up? So when I ask you, when I meet you in the club and I'll be like, yo, what's going on? Not only could I be like, yo, what's your zodiac sign? Yeah, but where's your moon at? Where's your Neptune at? Where's your Saturn at? You know, where's your Mercury? I want to know what's on your mind. Rakim said, I want to know what's on your mind. You hear these people making songs talking about they want to know what's on your mind, what you thinking about, shawty, stuff like that, dialect. That's all Mercury. Mercury rules hip-hop and rap. So I want to know where your Mercury is at. My Mercury is in Taurus at 13 degrees. So I'm always talking about value. I try to structure my words. I used to stutter because I would talk too fast. But then Saturn, as I realized, conjuncts my Mercury. So it's like at 14 degrees in Taurus. So there's these rules and restrictions on the way things come out of my mouth. Like even as I'm talking now, as fast as I'm talking right now, my mind is going this much faster. Boom, 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 boom. So if you want to know how somebody thinks in a relationship, find out where their Mercury is at. So this is how I teach. I teach in storytelling. So you can go to astro.com to pull your chart up. You can go to alabe.com to pull your chart up, or you can just go to Google or Safari and just type in free natal chart, free astrological natal chart, right? But and not trying to sell my services, because I took all of August off because I had things to do and I couldn't do any reading. I just chose not to do any readings because I had to like catch up on some other work so I could bring what I'm doing to the people even more efficiently. So for those of you who are just joined, this is Coach Khayr. Of course, you know you're rocking with the best. This is real astrology. This is astrology night. So every Friday, we're going to chop it up about astrology. I don't care where I'm at in the world. If I'm in Florida, if I'm in Cali, if I'm in Toronto, wherever I'm at on Fridays, and I'm on Periscope, you're going to catch me talking about astrology, right? And so I want to give you some basics because a lot of people think astrology is so hard. So one thing you can do is you can go and you can go watch my free webinar. So I did a webinar on how to learn to read your own astrology chart. And one reason that I wanted people to read their own astrology chart was because, I hate to say it, it's a lot of charlatans out here. Just like in coaches and in marketing, there's a lot of people fronting because they want to make some money, or they think a lot of people are into it so they can get into it, and they sitting there and they just be reading the screen and stuff like that. Now, I have some books that I use during a reading too, but not like I'm going to do the whole thing off a book. What is that about? You know, or you going to, just because you got a program that you spent $300 on, now if you do 10 readings for $50, you done made your money back. Because the program is printed out and you're reading to me off the sheet, and then you're going to send me that. What are you talking about? I could do that. If you want to go buy a program and go do some parties or some astro parties and then make your money back, you're not really a sincere reader in my mind. And that was because in 2012, let me finish the story, I met another teacher. Can't mention his name because he says he ain't my teacher, but he's a monster. And I started studying cosmophysics on January 1st, 2012. And boy, like I said, Miss Debbie took me here. Sister Myra took me up here. When I started studying cosmophysics, it just went all the way over the top. And cosmophysics is predictive astrology, because people want to know when. People want to know when, they want to know where the money's at, and they want to know about relationships. I want to know about spirituality, but that's probably because I already know where the money's at with my chart. I know what's up with my relationships, so now I want to get closer to God. Because this is something that God gave us. I think it's Psalms, it's either Psalms 19 or Psalms 92. It says that these stars and these heavens testify. The firmaments of heaven testify to God's brilliance. People be talking about supernovas, supermoons, Mercury in retrograde, such and such. What force put it all together? So my inspiration for studying astrology is God. Oh, that's some kind of foolishness. Ain't nothing foolishness. Astrology, astronomy, God made both of them. God made foolishness. God made wisdom. So, but I choose to use this to strategically help people get back on their spiritual path, growing back towards God, and stop so much foolishness, right? Yes, because if you don't know, it's just tough. Anita's in the building. What's happening? So thank you, Anita. If you have some followers, anybody who has not invited your followers, I'm about to go in tonight. Yeah, they missed my story, but I still want to hear what team you on. So I'm repping Team Taurus. I want to run it back through again. Let me know who's in the building. I know I saw some Aries. It's a lot of Tauruses. I saw some May 5th. I noticed some May 20th in the building. I saw 3 or 4 Scorpios. I think it was some Leos too. All right, Team Libra is in the building. If you could everybody could just run them back. And if you, Jyotish astrology. Yes, I've looked at peace out to Team Pisces. I've looked at all kinds of astrology, and I like cosmophysics because it's a combination of all of them. And I'm not going to sit here and go back I try not to get into the debate of which astrology is better than the other. The thing to do is what's most comfortable for you. I respect Magi astrology probably the most of all astrologies, and haven't even started really delving into it yet. But my forte, what I'm freaky with, what I'm accurate, and what I'm nasty with is this Western. Right. So I understand there's a 23-degree difference, and sometimes if you're a Taurus over here, you may be an Aries in the other sign. I understand. Oh, thank you, Anita. I appreciate it. I can't wait to see you on here soon, too. Anita is like my relationship coach. Now, I got 2 days I do relationships, too, which is Sunday and Monday. Sunday is What Are Men Thinking? And Monday is relationships and gender harmonics. But tonight, I'm just rocking with just astrology. Now, I may explain some things that help you better in your relationship, because that's kind of, it just falls out of my mouth. But I really, right now, I rock hard with cosmophysics set up on a Western style template. And when I get some more free time, I'm going to study some more sciences. That's why I believe in being healthy, so I can stay on the planet longer, so I can study these systems, because all of them need 20 years. I haven't even got 20 years in this system yet. You want to be a master of something, you got to put 20 years into it. Don't come around calling yourself master. Some people say, oh, you're a master teacher. Thank you. I'm very humbled, but I still got work to do. And I know a lot of cats that's like nicer than me too. So they don't even call themselves masters. So find you. But if you want to learn astrology, though, I forgot to give out my webinar, CoachKhayr webinars with an S .info. CoachKhayr There's a standing webinar. All you gotta do is put your email address in, and boom, I'll show you like the basics of reading your own chart. Then, if you would like to go a little further and you already know some basics and you want to get into depth of it, then go to Keep It Simple Astrology Course.info. Keep It Simple Astrology Course. It's an astrology course where I keep it simple, and it's a 6-week course. All right. So if you're interested in that, put that out there. Go check it out. There's an intro video. If you don't have the password, you can't get in. Everything is password protected. And you'll learn about all the aspects. You'll learn about planets, signs, houses. You're going to get what I got. That's it. But I'm going to give it to you I'm going to take it from a high level down to an eye level, so you can get it and be able to apply it to yourself. All right? Is that cool? All right, cool. Now, let me talk about Pisces first, because the moon, I got to talk about Pisces, and I got to talk about Virgo. Full moons happen, night, Anita. Full moons happen when the moon is opposite the sun. When the moon is opposite the sun. So let's go and look at the chart, or let's go look at the graph right here, so we can get it popping. So let's turn the board. It's Pisces. Wow. And there's the moon. But the moon, like right now, is still in Aquarius, like 28 degrees Aquarius. It has not came into Pisces yet. And it has to come into Pisces and going to be opposite. It's got to be opposite the sun. And the sun is over here in Virgo. Sun just got to Virgo too. Look at him. But it's the sun and Jupiter. Both of these jokers. Here's the sun. And he's going to be at 6 degrees. And here's Jupiter. Jupiter's in Virgo too. Jupiter's in Virgo. The sun is in Virgo. And then when you look directly across, wow, when I draw this line directly across, so you follow this line, the moon has to land right there. So the moon is right here, and the moon is to get over here to 6 degrees in order for it to be the full moon, right? And Neptune is over there at 8 degrees, chilling. Everybody say hey to Neptune. Y'all might not know, but yes, that's Neptune, what it looks like. That's the planet. And he's at 8 degrees, sitting directly on my north node, which is amazing. So, now, when the moon comes directly across from the sun, that's a full moon. And I don't know if you can see it. Oh man, he's right behind those clouds.